Hello, Ryan from LFS Partners. This is Joel from JND SEO. Spoke briefly earlier, so I'm sending this video over to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, Ryan. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you want to hear more information, let's just set up a 10-minute phone call. If not, no problem. I'm actually going to give you some free tips in the video anyway. And you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and apply those to your site and even let me know how they go. Be curious to know. All right, so the first thing I do want to talk about today, though, is that your site is actually not secure. So that obviously with being a little bit of a security threat, but then the other thing about that is that it actually will hurt your ranking. Google, if that just has to do with your SSL certificate. Google will actually kind of dock you for that, and so you won't be able to rank as high because of it. So that's something I would definitely want to take care of. Also, so the next thing I do want to talk about, though, is just content. So just kind of looking at your homepage to see how many words of content you do have on here. And so, I'm going to say you probably have about, let's call it 400 words of content on your homepage. And Google really does recommend having about 1,500 words. And the reason that they want so much, first off, is that most companies don't have it, but also because the more content you have, the higher Google will actually rank you in searches for. But the even more important reason is that the more content you have, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put into that content. So as an example, I put in roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. And first off, this is a great keyword, key phrase search for bringing in a lot of volume. But the other reason is it's what new customers would put in if they're looking for services in the area. First thing they're going to see is all of these ads at the top. Companies just basically paying to be seen first by new customers hoping to get some extra business. Next up, they're going to see this map section. Top 3 companies are going to show up here based on citations. And that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, just to name a few. There's many, many more of those. And then we're going to come to our organic section. There's going to be about 10 results per page. This is pretty much true with any Google search that you're going to do. And these don't show up randomly. These all show up based on not citations. These all show up based on Google's algorithm and formula. And we now have talked about 2 parts of that, which is content and keywords. So, what I want to actually do is these show up also in reference to our key phrase, which was roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. So we can actually rank these accordingly. So if we were ranking our keyword roofing Charlotte, North Carolina, we would give number 1 to Charlotte Roofing. We'd give number 2 to Baker Roofing, and we'd give number 3 to Home Advisor, even though it is a directory. So let's do this. I'm going to take your website, ifspartners.com, and put it into a program I use called, lfspartners.com, and put it into a program I use called Ahrefs. This allows me just to kind of see your site and see what you're currently doing. So I do see you guys are using your headers. That's awesome. I highly recommend that. And you've got your business name as well as kind of a few keywords in there. And that's really good because what that does, that allows Google to find you a little easier on searches. And next up, I want to dive into the numbers a little bit. So 9 referring domains sending you back 13 backlinks to your page. All that means is there's 9 websites or domains that you guys have links in those. And when people click those links, it sends them directly back to your page, LFS Partners. And so of the 9 pages, you're getting 13. So there's a little more than 1 per website or domain. Next up, we have 50 keywords that you can be found and searched for. So as an example, we put in roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. It would be just like that. And these are what really do drive the visitors to your site. And we can see the 50 you have are bringing 12 visitors to your site per month. So let's take a quick look at your keywords and kind of see where the traffic is coming from. All right, and the first thing we see is your business name, LFS Partners. 30 people do search it exactly like that. And for that, you guys are in the first position. Now, what that means is that we talked about there's 10 results per page. So if you're number 1, obviously that's the best you can be. And you really want to be in the top 10 for all of these. What we've actually found is that if you're not in the top 10, 80 to 85% of people who do searches on Google, and if you really think about when last time you did it, you'll probably agree, they don't go to the second page. They stay on the first page. They find the top 10 results plus all the ads, plus all the map section, And that's, that comes to probably like 16, 17, maybe even 20 results. And they're able to make kind of a decision from there. And they're usually going to go with one of those. So you really have to be on that first page. People who do search you by name, though, that's going to be a lot of your referrals. And people that probably saw some of your signage but maybe didn't have all the contact info. But you also want to bring in those new customers, right? So these are really good ones here. Kitchen Cabinets, Charlotte. Kitchen Cabinet, Charlotte, North Carolina. Custom Cabinet, Charlotte, North Carolina. These are great for bringing in new customers. Even Charlotte Deck and Porches. The only problem we're seeing is your ranking, right? So for Kitchen Cabinet, Charlotte, North Carolina, you're 35. That means you're on page 4 if there's 10 results per page. Kitchen Cabinet, Charlotte, again, page 4. Custom Cabinet, Charlotte, 38. So even though there's good volume on these, the reality is you're just not getting the visitors because of where you are. So I can actually tell you that every one of your visitors right now is coming from this first keyword. Everyone is coming from LFS Partners. So these ones aren't actually helping you all that much. So what we need to do is actually rank those a lot higher and definitely add in a few more as well. I've taken Charlotte Roofing Specialist just as kind of an example. And again, I know they're specifically roofing. You guys probably do a bunch of other things such as cabinets and whatnot. And that's fine. We'd want to just have keywords for each service you offered. And they, unfortunately, if you do roofing, though, there's still going to be competitors no matter what you do. But, just looking at their numbers and errors here, Charlotte Roofing, their business name, professional roofer, Charlotte, North Carolina. 115 referring domains, sending back 688 links to their page. They have about 206 keywords they can be found for, and they're bringing in about 296 visitors per month, so just under 300. And if we do look at these, we can see Charlotte Roofing right off the bat. Charlotte Roofing Companies, 70, number one. Roofing Charlotte, North Carolina, 200, number 3. Charlotte Roofing Specialist, 50, number 1. Roofing Charlotte, 40, number 1. Charlotte Roofing, 100, number 2. The key really being that of these top, let's call them 10 keywords or so. 10, it's about 10. They're in the top 5 for all of them, and most of them, they're number 1. Number 1's going to give you the biggest percentage of that volume. So for you guys, I would definitely recommend adding more keywords, adding more content, getting you in that map section for citations would be huge. And then really, you have a couple good keywords in there. It'd just be ranking you so that you get on that first page, and so you can capitalize on it, really. Even if it was 100, how many more calls would that be? How many more estimates would those calls be? And how many more of those estimates would you turn into jobs every month? And that would be the difference here. But thank you guys for your time. Do appreciate it. If you want to hear more 10-minute phone call, I will follow up with you just to ask what you thought of the video. I'm trying to help out as many businesses as I can. So any feedback I appreciate. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.